Hi, viewer. Welcome to Family Times. This is the place to be. Remember, a family is the spring of joy, the spring of happiness, the spring of comfort. And that is why we are here today just to bring you comfort and happiness from the inspirations that we are going to have today. Today, we have our guest, Evans, or Evans, depending on where you went to school. Evans Achieng. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And of course, we have our brother and sister, Richard and Tabby.
Welcome to the show.
Next to me, as always, none other than Linda.
Hi, viewer.
Now, today we are going to talk about treatment supporter. Talking of supporter, everyone needs someone. And that is why the song goes, I need the prayers of those I love. But we're going to say, I need the support of those I love.
True.
Evans is here on behalf of his elder brother called Amos Achieng. Evans, or Evans, depending on how you want to take it. Tell us more about yourself and your brother.
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity to bring me here. My full name is Evans Achieng. I have a brother called Amos, who is my elder brother, but of course second born in our family. Amos was diagnosed with the problem of kidney disease in the year 2015, around February. He was working in Nairobi at that time. So he started going for his treatment at Kenyatta until 2016, February, when the doctors there told him that the failure has reached a point where he needs to start dialysis. So I really did not have much information about dialysis back then, and I feared very much. Nowadays, there's a lot of information online. So I went online and did a lot of reading about chronic kidney disease. And I found that in most cases, the condition is continuously progressive, usually leading to kidney failure. And if good measures are not taken in time, it usually ends in death. So I became aware of the danger my brother was in. And I talked to a few friends here in Kisumu, and they told me that there's a good doctor at Avenue. So I called my brother to come to Kisumu because I did not want him to start dialysis straight away. So he came to Kisumu, where I've been living from 2014. So when we went to the doctor told us that the disease is quite progressed, and chances were slim that it was going to arrest its progress. So we would go to him once in every 2 weeks. After every 2 weeks, we would go to his clinic.
We are coming. You will tell us more about this process. Ladies and gentlemen, you realize that Evans is actually the second last born, and his brother Amos is the second born, second. Richard, do you know anything about kidney failure, kidney problems?
Not so much, Dave. I don't have a lot of history with this one. Not had a lot of that. I know there are people who go through dialysis. I know there are problems with their kidneys, but I don't have a very close experience with people who have gone through that. And this will be an eye-opener to me, hopefully at the end of it, because it's basically creating awareness. Yes. And I must say, right from the advance, Evans, thank you very much for the support you're offering your brother. I see how important family is, because then he has somebody he can depend on and rely on, even when probably it's very difficult to, to go on. Thank you for doing that for your brother.
Yeah, Evans, you took it out. You took it upon yourself to search more about kidneys. What did you find out?
Okay. Kidneys are very, very important in your body.
Yeah.
And they say that you never lack water until your well runs dry. You only get to know how important your kidneys are when they fail. Your kidney controls your body fluid, but the main function of your kidney is to remove waste from your blood. Your kidney is responsible for production of a certain hormone used in production of blood. So when your kidneys are not working properly, you also have problems of anemia. Your kidney also does acid balancing in your body. So when they are not working properly, your blood becomes very acidic. And it also removes some of the elements which are in excess in your body. Some of them are like phosphorus. When it is in excess, you can break your bone anytime. So your kidneys are very, very important.
Now, maybe to our viewer back at home, Evans is not a medic by profession. He is a trained accountant, but because this came, he had to seek more information. Talking of seeking information, you have mentioned briefly about your family, and your brother had to move from Nairobi to Kisumu. Tell us more about that, because that is now, I believe he left his family in Nairobi to come back this way for treatment. Briefly, just tell us about that.
Okay, I said earlier that he came to me in the year 2016. Back then, we were still managing the condition with drugs.
Okay.
So his family was still kept at home because he could no longer generate income to support them enough. So he would come, stay with me for about a month or two, and then go back home. Then after a while, he comes back again. Until last year, actually yesterday is a full year when he started dialysis. So when he was started on dialysis, he had to be here continuously. Actually until such a time when maybe he gets another kidney from a donor. So from that time, that is last year, his family is with me here in Kisumu. We are staying in the same house there. He has a wife and a son, about 5 years old. Yes.
Thank you so much, my brother, for that. I'm just imagining, in this whole process of kidney dialysis, what are some? Any one of you knows why or what can bring about kidney problems?
The closest I've had is my brother-in-law had kidney stones, and he was supposed to even go for surgery. But we encouraged him to drink a lot of water.
You don't drink a lot of water?
Yes. Most of the times we don't drink a lot of water, but we drink a lot of sugar water. You understand? So he started drinking a lot of water, and do you know what happened? A miracle happened. And when he was peeing, he peed the stones. So that's the closest I have known about kidneys. I know there, of course, that when your kidney fails, it's not a very good thing. But there's hope.
And again, there are some drugs which may affect your kidney.
Right.
So it brings about maybe some failure of some part of your kidney or both the kidneys.
We are talking about the predisposing factors, but I know there are instances where someone, you can keep all this, you drink a lot of water, but still somehow, somewhere, this just comes out. So we really can't peg in on
exactly
this is what causes this.
Right.
Now, your brother, you said, has been on medication since 2015. Would you tell us what kind of how has this been? the medication part of it?
In terms of cost?
Or in terms of cost, where are these drugs? Where can you get these drugs from? Are they easily
easy?
available?
Well, the drugs my brother's been using are, right now he's just on one drug.
Okay.
Before he was started on dialysis, he was on 2 drugs. 2 drugs mainly, but occasionally he would be given a 3rd one. One drug was responsible for controlling his blood acid, for neutralizing excess acid in his body. It's called sodium bicarbonate.
Okay.
Another drug was or is responsible for his blood pressure. You know, your kidney is also responsible for controlling your blood pressure. So when they fail, your pressure goes up. And that can also destroy your heart and blood vessels. So he's still on medication for pressure, and I think he will remain to be on them. I don't know until when.
Now, I want to bring in the family.
Yes.
You wanted to add on something?
Okay, I just wanted to say about their cost. Or what?
It's okay. It's okay. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
I wanted to bring in the family, and we'll just make us understand how responsible the family or responsive the family has been towards this. You taking a part in the family. Are there other brothers or sisters or even your parents who have come in, and how have they come in? Both positively and negatively, of course. We expect anything from the family.
The larger family has been largely helpful. Yes. It is only that their capacity is not that much or good, but they have been largely responsible. Our parents died a long time ago. Actually, our father died when I was just 5 years old, 1991. And our mother passed in the year 2000. But we have a stepmom. She's still there and very supportive. The elder brother of our mother's firstborn is still there, but is jobless. He's just doing the little he can do. Then Amos is the second born.
Okay.
Then there's a lady, and then myself. There's a younger guy who just graduated last year. He's not yet employed. So it has largely been on my shoulders. Yes.
That is financially,
yes,
and even partly emotionally. What about the others, the emotional bit? Because that is very important when it comes to someone who is going through such a situation.
Yeah.
The emotional support, Richard.
It's necessary. It's very important. Because when we are battered physically, we are equally battered emotionally. And these two things more or less go together. I think in whatever way that family comes in, usually renders quite some good support. As you have mentioned, you have mentioned a few people. Your family doesn't seem to be that big, like probably mine, which had about 5 boys and 4 girls. 9. So I think that you are coming together as a family is very important to the patient, because he sees people around him, he sees the support that he's getting, especially from family. I think that goes a long way to build, to strengthen the emotions, because he would be losing double if he doesn't get that sort of thing, Yeah.
Dave, I was wondering how, I'm thinking now the brother has come. Remember, he's even older. Now, I was even wondering the wife. How did the wife,
I actually wanted to bring in that bit,
yeah,
but in another way.
Right.
Linda.
But the family is very important. You need the support of people who are closer to you. They give you a reason to face another day, even though maybe financially it can be challenging, but at least when you see someone from your family
Yeah, what
It
I
gives
wanted,
you-
yeah, because there's just that relationship. You know, this is an older brother-in-law.
And
How
there's
do
a
you
small-
relate? You understand? So
Yeah,
that's what I
Evans,
wanted.
Probably.
Yes. To say the truth, it wasn't easy at
Yeah,
the beginning.
definitely.
A lot of adjustments had to be done. A lot of learning new ways how to survive with
Yes,
your
very true.
older brother in their house.
Yes, it's true.
But I thank God.
Yes.
He has been able to contain us, especially my wife. I'm very, very grateful for her. Accommodating
Older.
and
That's
it's
all.
not
together
children.
with his wife,
Wife and a child.
Basically, we are two families under the same roof. People would expect chaos,
True.
but I can assure you, not because of the cameras or
Yeah.
anything else. We've never been sat down.
That is coming from your heart.
We've never been sat down to be talked to
Right.
in any way. I've never had occasions where I would be called to
Sort out some
sort out
issues.
some disputes or anything. I'm really, really grateful.
Amen.
Yes.
Yeah, coming from your heart. Again, I also want this to come from your heart. When you look at your brother, Amos, do you see him that is not very comfortable emotionally? Because here he is, he's at his younger brother's house, and
With the family.
you are basically doing everything to him. Do you, when you see him, what do you see? Is he very comfortable, or is somehow?
Yes,
think-
there's always that elderly pride.
Yeah.
You know, I'm older than you, and here I am now sojourning in a younger brother's house. Of course, there's a bit of discomfort, given our cultures, you
But it
know.
also depends with your relationship with your brother, how you
course.
grew up.
Yeah.
Maybe Pia, that
Yes.
will give
What
a...
my sister is saying is very important. I know you know that if we were not good friends with my
Yeah.
brother,
You wouldn't.
you would not be in my house today. But let me say that at the beginning, he was not very comfortable.
Yeah, definitely.
Naturally.
Until maybe when he became assured of our
Support.
our support, when he became assured of our care for him, he finally became very comfortable. And he really talks about home.
That's nice. That's a good
So,
sign.
yeah.
Dave, I was also wondering,
Tabby,
like,
just we are coming back. Just keep that wonder.
Okay.
We are talking about blessed assurance. How I mean, when you give me assurance, everything is good. We are taking a short break. We are coming back more from Evans Achieng. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Family Times. Just before we went for a break, Tabby was wondering, and my sister, go ahead, wonder.
Let me wonder. Now, most of the times when we have different conditions, we have these signs and these symptoms.
Yeah.
You haven't told us, like, okay,
How it started.
exactly,
what
how did it
happened.
start, and what is it that he was going through? That way, we're going to encourage that viewer out there, so that if he's going through this, or if this is what the viewer is seeing,
You
then
can seek medical attention.
Exactly.
You're talking about early signs.
right, right.
Okay.
Okay. My general advice to you and everybody else who was watching, our kidneys are very wonderful organs, and they are able to adjust so well that you may not really know that your kidneys are suffering. By the time you realize or you start seeing the symptoms,
Yes.
in most cases, the damage is too great and almost irreversible. Because they measure kidney function in terms of, they call it EGFR, estimated glomerular filtration rate.
Filtration rate.
Wow.
You will start seeing the symptoms when it goes below 15%.
Oh.
So you can lose as much as 80% of your kidney function without knowing. So the best way to be sure that you are safe is just doing a test, maybe regularly, especially if or when you know you you have risk factors, which are diabetes,
Yeah.
Hypertension.
high blood pressure,
Mention that.
and of course kidney stones. But kidney stones is largely lifestyle and
Lifestyle.
can be
Yeah.
easily dealt with.
You know that's, go ahead.
The other thing is maybe you have a brother like my case now,
Right.
who has suffered the same problem.
Yeah.
Because some of them are genetically inherited.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually,
Hereditary.
my brother's case, according to the doctor, is an hereditary condition.
Oh.
Yes. They are calling it polycystic kidney disease. It affects all the kidneys, and the kidney forms cysts all over, and that
And when does it
interferes with.
start?
And maybe
Actually, when
just
you're born, it is already present.
It starts just
But
working on you.
you start becoming sick when you are between 30 years of age. Some people are lucky to get to 40, and others can even get to 50.
Oh, okay.
So the telltale signs, check your blood pressure.
Blood pressure.
The minute your pressure starts going up without any
No reason.
explainable reason,
Yeah.
you are generally active, but your pressure is,
Right.
Rises.
Yeah.
chances are high your kidneys are suffering. But the minute you start seeing swellings, then maybe the story is
When you say swellings, what do you mean?
you can start having swellings on your feet, your face. I mean, your body is retaining too much fluid,
Right.
and
Fluid
you are
retention.
swelling.
Yeah.
But the signs are too mild to be. They
noticed.
can,
Raise
yes,
alarm.
they can be easily ignored.
I just wanted to ask, Richard.
I just want to ask. You were made aware of this condition being hereditary when your brother fell sick,
Yes.
So you did.
and therefore you're probably wondering you could just as well come to the same place.
Exactly.
Richard, you
Wow.
you stole my mind again. But just go ahead.
Well, I'm trying to think of you now, having seen your brother going there, knowing that can also come to you. What runs in your mind then?
Yeah. Richard, that is exactly what I wanted to ask you.
Yes, I was disturbed, and actually I disputed that for some time.
Yes.
The doctor would tell me that thing, but I would refuse and say that it is not possible. But after doing much studies about the same condition, I realized that my brother indeed has the problem, but in a milder form. Because people who present to the same condition are usually very, very sick with many more complications.
Oh, okay.
But his is a milder case, and that is why he's still doing well. So I was disturbed personally.
Yeah.
I would go check my blood pressure.
It's all right.
Yes. And actually at one point, I think maybe out of fear, my pressure was very high. They said that
Most
They say when you look for it, you'll find
You
it.
get it.
the numbers should be 120 over 90.
90.
And yours
Or-
was? Oh, for yours. That is yours.
Normal
the
one.
normal one.
Oh,
Normal
I
one.
thought you. Okay.
Yeah.
So at one point, I hit 170,
What?
and I was so sure that I'm sick. But
No, yeah,
after changing my lifestyle a bit, my blood pressure is in check.
Now, I want us to talk about the challenges that you have experienced as a family on the Amos side and your side. And I want to begin with the physical challenges. Are there challenges that your brother is experiencing in terms of movement? He can't
Yes.
run. What are some of the things that he used to do before and that now he's not able to do because of his condition?
Yes, I said earlier that my brother used to work in Nairobi.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He was doing this plumbing job. So the company he was working for, because he was growing weaker and weaker by the day, they feared and told him to stop coming to work. So because of that, he lost his job. And of course, he's generally weak, it is true. He could not do those
Hard
hard
jobs.
jobs, yes. Kidney failure causes almost constant fatigue. You cannot do much. Even walking on foot,
You can't go a long
he
distance.
cannot go 5 kilometers. You would be very, very
Very
tired.
tired.
Very tired. And right now, there's something they did on his left arm. where they make access to his blood for dialysis. That hand, as per the doctor's instruction, must not
Not
do
lift.
anything difficult. He cannot lift something heavy.
On it.
Only limited things he can do with that hand, because if he does something
Yes.
To rupture it.
that requires some energy,
It strains.
the thing will be spoiled.
Yeah.
And we did it at a cost of 80,000.
Oh,
Which was not money. That was just like
easily
somewhere.
available.
Yeah.
Easily
Need to look for
available,
it.
say.
Yeah.
We spent like 2 months raising it.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's partially incapacitated. Yes,
Yeah, because of that.
because of that.
Yes. Oh.
You did mention earlier about the financial challenges, and we just want to get maybe the cost of treatment. How has that affected the family? The cost of treatment, the cost of dialysis process.
Okay. Right now, we are not spending a lot of money on him, courtesy of NHIF.
Okay.
Prior to his dialysis sessions, we would spend more money on him because we were visiting the doctors frequently, and every visit there were tests to be carried, and there were also consultation fee, and the doctor would recommend different drugs. You go this week, he recommends this. Next week, he changes his mind, recommends another one, and we realized that the drugs were becoming more and more expensive. Right now, the drugs he's using for pressure is costing about 2,000 shillings per month, and that is the main drug he's using. Before, he used to take sodium bicarbonate, which was also costing about the same amount. So we would spend about 4,000, at least 4,000 on medication alone, assuming we've not visited the hospital. But ever since he started dialysis, NHF is covering it, and we are very, very grateful. And I would encourage anybody outside there to make sure that they have functional NHF card.
Okay. Linda,
Yeah,
I
I
actually
wanted
wanted to ask you a question, but say what you want to say, then I ask you this question.
Yes.
Let me talk
Go on.
about something
Go on, yeah.
about maybe for you to come out of maybe a condition. I think we need to check our. We need not to deny the fact that maybe we are sick. Some people always deny, and out of that, they've complicated everything that.
Linda, you
maybe
don't
the
need to say
medication.
some people, just
Yes.
say men.
Okay,
That is
man.
all you need to-
Yes, that's what I wanted to comment about.
Now,
Dave, I'm
Richard,
wondering.
then I ask her that the question. I just have to ask her.
Yes, I know Evans is saying that it's a little better now in terms of the costs that you incur. I want to assume it's because of the dialysis that goes on now, which is very helpful in terms of cleaning the blood and all that. But I just want to ask, isn't there any other thing that can be done away from the dialysis? I have heard
In terms
people
of
talk
diet.
of kidney donations
Right.
and things like that.
On diet.
Could that be one of the ways to help in this situation? Or in the case of your brother, that is not a possibility?
Actually, dialysis is just an intervention to prolong somebody's life.
Yes.
It is not a
Permanent solution.
permanent remedy for the condition. It is just intended to prolong your life as you wait for a donation.
Yes.
That is the definite treatment for kidney failure. So it is not a good thing. It overworks your heart
Yeah.
because
imagine that.
it is your heart which pumps your blood
Yes.
through the machine until it comes back to your body. So the hearts are overtaxed. So you are not advised to do it for
A long
a
time.
long time. So right now we are just trying to see if we can get
A donor.
a donor and we do the operation.
Now, the question I wanted to ask you, in this conversation that we've been having here, is there anything positive that you've picked up?
Yeah, there's something
Shall we be
positive
ready?
that I've picked out from our conversation, that I know God is the one who gives strength. Yeah, despite the fact that maybe there are some challenges, but God is really the one who gives someone a positive heart, even to take care of a brother. There are some who will not have allowed that, maybe bearing the fact that you have a younger family. You need time with them, and here is a brother who is sick. But you've taken your time and you're taking care of your brother. It's a big heart that only God gives, and it's a gift. Yeah.
I just want to also add that we thank God for the gift of family. Yes, because without you, sincerely, God has used you in a very special way to be a blessing to your brother. Somebody else would have done it, but you're doing it better. So that is also a ministry that you never know. God is also calling on you, not for your brother, but to other people too.
Thank you. I would want to ask my brother Evans a direct question. Are you a spiritual man?
Yes. I'm a spiritual man.
Is that helping in any way in all this?
It is the only thing which has helped.
Wow.
Amen.
It has not been easy. I'm telling you.
Actually, now you have put a smile on my face. Let me smile first, then you continue. Okay, you can continue.
Do you know that this guy came to my house barely 2 months after my wedding?
Yes, yes, yes.
We wedded in December 2015. Come the last week of January,
He's there.
he came.
Yeah.
So we've got to live for other people also.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
the grace of God.
You ask yourself, you are alive and healthy, not because of your own actions or your wisdom or knowledge. And a brother is sick, and he is not sick because of his own fault.
True.
And in this life, we never know how our stories will end.
Definitely.
So being spiritual man has helped.
Yeah.
Has that given you hope?
Humbled.
Pardon?
Has that given you hope?
Very much. Very, very, very much. I don't waste any opportunity to share with everybody in the house
Wow.
that God is aware of what is happening to us, and nothing is permanent.
Wow.
Yes.
Indeed,
Wow.
indeed.
Richard?
Indeed, God is aware. You know, He's never late. And nothing can pass Him because He's before us and He's also behind us.
It's a big
I
part.
think you're only going through this because God is preparing better things
Amen.
for you and for your brother. Sometimes we have a very short vision because we don't see beyond what is near to us. But deeper in it, God is establishing His kingdom in you and also making him realize that there is God. Many times people get discouraged, Evans. People do get discouraged. And these are the moments when we question God, even when we are Christians. Yeah. But you are an amazing man of God. You can still rely on Him. You can still base your hope in Him because He is the only one that can be relied on. Whatever you are doing, you're not doing from your might. You're only doing because there is God. And you, by doing that, you're really serving Him. So you're really amazing. I want to encourage you because you have encouraged me to continue doing that because family is key in such situations. Yeah.
Tabi, your final words?
I just want to add that we should not take it for granted that we
You
are
are healthy.
alive. You know, you see somebody sick and you're thinking, oh, that person is, a neighbor is, but we should not take it for granted that we can, wake up and smile and take that food and swallow. We should always be grateful for the second chance and third chance and so many chances that the good Lord has given unto us.
Linda, your final word, then we come to
what I
Evans.
can say is that we need to pray for each other. It is very important. You never know what someone goes through.
True.
You might see me smiling, but you don't know actually what I'm going through.
Exactly.
What I'll ask each and everyone. Pray for a brother or a sister anywhere, and God is going to hear our prayers.
Amen.
Yeah.
And Brother Evans, your final word of encouragement to people who are probably going through the same thing or probably are going through other things but related. What would you advise them?
Let me say the following. We need to understand that we are human beings and we are living in a world devastated with sin and its consequences. And Jesus himself said that we will see sorrow in this world, but we must be of good cheer, for he has overcome
The world.
the world is, life is not all about happiness, goodness, and all that. You can be mourning, but joyful in your heart. So, if you have a brother, a mother, a parent, or anybody closer to you suffering, offer them the support you are able to offer them. Even as our current quarterly is telling us, the least of this, let us do what is in our power to do. Above all, to those who are sick, there is always hope. And people contract malaria every day, others die, others recover. The fact that your friend has succumbed to the same condition you have does not mean that you are also going to succumb.
Thank you.
Hold on to hope and faith and be very positive.
Thank you.
Take your medication as
Thank
is
you.
required, and live positively, expecting anything.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
to
you.
the healthy viewers, watch out for your health. That is the greatest wealth you have. I always say that after seeing what is happening to my brother, good health is very, very key to your happiness, not your job, not anything else.
Thank you.
Health.
Thank you. Thank you, Brother Evans.
Yes.
You have a lot of encouragement. You keep on encouraging me. I told you there is a lot of encouragement in the family. When there is love in the family, everything, it doesn't matter whether it is death, whether it is diseases, sickness. What is it that can separate us from the love of God and from the love of the family? Remember, God is the institutor of families. Stay tuned to Family Times, and this is the place to be. See you next time, and thank you so much for joining and coming, Evans. Bye.